Yeah.
What chores did you hate doing as a kid?
By golly, I appreciated the farm work. I can remember going out in the morning and doing the milking and then go to the barn, and then I'd go back to the house. I'd have to change clothes. And I just had one belt, so I was always pulling my belt out of my other pants and then putting in my pants on the way out to the bus. And everybody kidded me about that. I was putting my belt in my pants on the way to the bus. The bus was waiting for me at the end of the driveway.
Do you remember what your family did for Christmas when you were little? Did you guys go to church, have dinner, relatives, gifts?
We had dinner and relatives.
Okay. What was your favorite 4-H project?
Well, see, I had a brooder stove for little chickens that I made with heat lamps, and then had a hover over it, and then the chickens could be under the hover. And I got a trip to the state fair with that. Yeah, that was the only time I ever been to the state fair in Minnesota. I rode down on the milk train. That train would stop at every little station and pick up some milk or cream or something. Yeah. And I got down there and they had Machinery Hill there, all these brand new great big combines, Well, it was no use of me looking at them because I didn't have ever any idea that I'd be able to own one or anything. If you can't own it, what's the sense of looking at it? It's more fun to own it. Those things are kind of fun to drive, though. I did get to drive some of them later on. I worked for Bob Asfeld, and we went up into Canada. We went up to Prince Albert in Saskatchewan up there. It was, what the heck was it? 12 hours or something like that from home. I told him one day it was in the middle of October 15th or something like that, and they were still combining up there. I told him I got enough of this because it would freeze at night. Then in the daytime it would warm up. It wasn't that it was too cold or anything. I went with the combine crew up. We went through Winnipeg and across to some different towns there, and wherever they had combine to do, that's where we were going.
Sure.
We had 6 combines, 30-foot headers on them. And you could sit, it was just like sitting in an easy chair, like here. The controls were all right here, and to steer it.
Huh.
I just thought that would be fun to try that, so I did that one fall.
All right. Did you have a favorite horse that you liked to ride?
Yeah. I don't really remember what her name was, though.
Was it Dolly?
No.
No?
Mabel, maybe.
Okay. All right. What did you do for fun in the summer before you had a job?
We had a baseball team, the Everdell Tigers, the little town of Everdell, just north of our farm, about 3 miles. They had a grain elevator and a little store, convenience store. And then they had one gas pump out in front. If you wanted to buy some gas, you could get some gas for your car or something. Yeah, we had that baseball game every Sunday. Everything stopped at noon. In the afternoon, they played baseball. Yeah.
What sort of transportation did you have growing up?
Well, I was a Model A coupe Ford. Model A Ford coupe.
What was the farthest trip you took as a kid or a young adult?
So that one down to Minneapolis, I suppose, from Breckenridge there.
Sure.
We lived at Breckenridge on the farm by the Otter Tail River.
At what age were you allowed to date?
Oh, I can't remember. I guess probably, let's see now. It would have been when I was in 4-H. We used to have basket socials. The girls, they'd fix up a basket and they would go to the social and if you knew which basket belonged to your girl, that's the one you bid on. and they would sell for $5 or $6, And then you'd sit down and have lunch with them. Yeah, basket social they call it.
Who was your first kiss? I have the answer here if you forgot.
Yeah. Okay, you tell me.
Julia?
Yeah. I believe so, yeah.
Was she your first girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you want to be when you grew up?
I had no idea. But I liked school. I made it really good in school with everybody. The one fall I had to stay home, miss 6 weeks of school because my older brother and brother-in-law, they bought a farm, 1,000 acres. And they needed somebody on one of the tractors to plow that under and turn it over for crop next year. So I missed 6 weeks of school. But the kids in school, they helped me make it up. Yeah, I had to take some tests. And
Good. What was the biggest play you made playing baseball?
I went to catch that foul ball way over by third base and must have stepped in a gopher hole because I twisted my ankle. And that was the end of the baseball. I had sprained that ankle and it took 6 weeks for that to heal up.
Oh,
Yeah, so after that, then I was standing by a gas pump, pumping gas into the gravel trucks that came by. I worked for a guy that had a rock crushing equipment. They would crush up the rocks and the gravel and everything so they were all fine. They could use them for making highway blacktop. And I had to stand there by the gas pump and pump up 10 gallons of gas and then write down who got it and what number truck it was and what the guy's name was. But I could do that on my leg. Yeah.
tell us a time when you got pulled over by the police in your car.
Me? I don't remember that.
Sure you don't.
Probably never happened.
No,
Speeding or anything?
Well, no, it was, I was going over the speed limit, but it was up in Canada. And I had my service truck that was working with us, the combine, that was broke down right then. So the farmer, he said, well, you can use my truck. And his truck was made up in kilometers. So I didn't know what 45 miles an hour was. Kilometers. And somebody gave me a ticket there. And I tried to go to the post office and pay that, but they wouldn't let you do that. You had to send it into the Queen of England. Yeah, that was a different experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about a time that you got in trouble with your parents growing up.
I don't know. I never
Broke the curfew or
No.
got into a fight?
No.
No?
No. I never.
You were the good kid?
I had a good time in school. I got along with the teachers. Yeah, if I could do that again, that'd be fun. It was just fun to go to school. And the teachers, they all were good. No, it was easier to get along with them than it was to try to fight with them.
How did you first meet Julia?
It was probably through the 4-H club. We
Okay.
had a 4-H club there in that area.
Do you remember what you did on your first date?
We probably went to a movie or something because we seen every movie that came to town. Yeah.
How did you ask her to marry you?
Mm.
Hard questions.
Yeah.
Don't remember. It's been too long.
Yeah, that's been a while ago now.
Yes. Was it a big or a small wedding?
Yeah, it was a pretty good wedding.
Yeah.
Good size. There was a couple of her sisters were bridesmaids. Yeah.
When you first got married, how many kids did you think you'd have?
I didn't have any idea.
Like 2 or 10?
Yeah. 2 or 10, whatever
Yeah.
came along.
Or more.
Yeah. Somebody come in today?
That would be my dad.
Okay.
He's got ice cream.
What's left over there, homemade.
Okay.
I'll put it in your freezer.
Yeah.
Our audience
Probably
here.
won't eat it though, huh?
Yeah, we do. We get a dish of ice cream sometime and then put some chocolate on top of it.
Raising kids, was it easier raising boys or girls?
No, the wife did that pretty good. I was gone pretty much. I was a job off the farm, doing electric work.
What are some Christmas memories with the kids or the grandkids that you remember?
Well, it was just kind of getting together at Christmas time. Yeah.
Sure. Is there anything that any of your kids did that made you laugh? Any funny stories that anybody did? Getting into trouble or...
Oh, I guess I don't remember that. The kids probably would remember that.
They won't tell us.
They used to play ball you know, and sometimes they'd play in the house. Well, they didn't have no ball this one time, so they were playing catch with a cardboard box. And those cardboard boxes, some of them are heavier, you know, like they're 14 inches square or something. And then they'd pass that around the room, and of course it went through the window, busted the window.
All right, here's some random questions. What's your favorite color?
Let's see, it would have been yellow and blue, I believe. The Campbell School College.
Is that your favorite colors now?
Yeah, yeah,
Have you ever been hunting?
yeah. Not to tell about. No.
What was your most memorable fishing trip and who were you with?
Well, we had a pontoon boat, and then we were taking care of some foster kids. And those kids, they were just nuts about fishing. You'd bait their hook for them, and they'd drop it in over the edge of the pontoon. I got one, they'd say. Well, there was 3 or 4 kids there. And by the time I changed the bait on each one of the hooks, I didn't have time to fix the hook for myself. I just kept doing it for the kids. The kids really liked fishing and catching something. They didn't have to have the biggest fish, but they caught one anyway.
Yeah. If you could meet anybody from the past for lunch, who would it be and why?
Well, I'd like to meet Shirley again, but she's gone. I really miss her.
Yeah.
She helped me and I helped her, and we just worked together. And she just went away in a hurry.
What's your favorite fruit?
Well, let's see, if I go down for continental breakfast, I usually get some applesauce and sometimes some grapes.
What's your favorite vegetable?
Oh, asparagus, and then sometimes green beans we have here. Yeah.
What's your favorite song?
Oh, I suppose we had God Bless America.
What about your favorite Christmas song?
Yeah. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I guess.
Oh, describe your ethnic background. Are you German, Irish, French?
Well, you've heard what they say about the Germans, don't you? You can tell a German, but you can't tell them much.
Are you trying to tell us you're German?
Yeah. We were out playing golf one time with a couple down the street about 4 blocks, and they went to play golf, and the lady was full-blooded German. And I brought that up. I says, you can tell a German, but you can't tell them much. Well, I'm full-blooded German, she says. She didn't like that I couldn't tell her nothing.
What is your current thing that you like to watch on TV?
Oh, game show network, I guess. To win it in a minute,
Yeah.
and then
Who's your favorite Twins player of all time?
Kirby Puckett, when he came to bat, he came up there to hit it. He didn't care where he hit it or how far or nothing. He just was going to hit it, and he did usually. And then he got on base. There's so many of them nowadays. They stand there and they look at the first one go by, and well, that wasn't good enough. And so then pretty soon the next one goes by. One guy, he struck out, never even swung the bat. The umpire just called him out. And that's no way to play ball. I says, if you're going to be hitting at your bat, you got to be swinging the bat. I should have a connection with the batter to tell them to swing their bat, because it's just like they were asleep sometimes. The pitcher did throw them a good strike, so